Hello. I'd like to talk to you about this little thing here, which is an apple seed. Can you see it? That tiny little thing is an apple seed. Now, in orchards, when they grow apple seeds, they stunt the growth of them to about 10 foot high because that maximises the fruit that they can get from the trees. But if left unchecked, this little seed will grow into an apple tree, which will grow up to a height of up to 30 feet. Fantastic! Something from as little as that can grow into a massive tree 30 foot high. Now, in order for that little seed to grow, it has to have the right conditions to trigger the growth. Now, the special conditions that little seed needs is to be planted in the right soil, the right depth, to have some water, to have some nutrients, to be fed, and to have some warmth, to have some sunlight. And if it's got some space to grow, it will grow and develop. And like I said, it will grow up to 30 feet high, which is amazing. And if you're lucky, it will bear fruit just like this, just like the apple from wherever I got that apple seed from. When you reap the harvest from the seeds that you've grown, it tastes really nice. Now, the thing about it is that when when this little seed starts to grow, you don't see anything for quite a while because it starts to grow by developing its root system, which will be its foundation, its basis, the building block on which it will grow. And it's doing that for a while, you see nothing, and then all of a sudden the apple seed breaks through the ground, shoots up and starts developing into a tree as if by magic. And if you're lucky, like I said, it will bear you some fruit. Now, the interesting thing about us growing stuff from seeds and growing things in general is that if you take a garden, the beautiful things that you and I would want to grow in a garden, they all need those special conditions to trigger the growth. They need the special position in the garden, that soil. Oh, some lovely nutrients will make me grow, thank you very much. And sunlight. Oh yeah, baby, give me some sunlight and I'll grow into this beautiful thing that you want to see. The bad plants, the horrible plants that we don't want in our garden, a quirk of life is that the negative plants, if you like, the bad plants, they don't need any help to grow. They don't really need any triggers to grow. Just the slightest, tiniest trigger will enable it to grow. Weeds do not need anything to grow in your garden. They don't need soil, they don't need light, they don't need water. They will grow anywhere in anything. I have got weeds growing through the cracks in my pavement, and as my wife keeps on telling me, I've currently got weeds growing in my guttering. Fantastic. And the thing about it is if you allow the negative seeds, the negative plants, the weeds to grow in your garden and you let them grow unchecked, they will dominate the whole of the garden. They will steal the water, the light, the nutrients from all of the pretty plants that you want to grow, and they will strangle them, strangle the life from them, and they will take over, and all you will be left with is a garden of weeds full of negative plants. Now, the thing about it is that in life we have seeds blowing into our minds, which is our garden, for our productivity garden, if you like. We have seeds that blow into our mind all the time. We have positive seeds and we have negative seeds. The positive seeds are our hopes and our dreams and our aspirations that we want for ourselves. And the negative dreams are the negative thoughts that are sent to us by life, by the conditioning of life. And the awful thing about life is that life is basically negative and it conditions us to be negative. And if we're not careful, we just think negative. Now, to make a thought, a seed, grow in your mind, the trigger to make it grow is your attention. Once you give that thought, that seed of thought, if you like, that comes into your head attention, it will grow. Doesn't matter if it's positive, doesn't matter if it's negative. But bear this in mind, just like this little seed, this little apple seed, if you take the positive thoughts that come into your mind, your hopes and your dreams, and you trigger them with some focus, and you look after them, and you protect them, and you work with them, work on them, and develop them, and build on them, they will, just like the little apple seed, bear fruit for you in your life, and your dreams will come true. But a word of warning. When those negative thoughts come into your minds, if you trigger their growth by giving them focus, you won't need to give it a lot of focus before they start to grow and they start to develop. And before long, what you will know and what you will feel is that they will start strangling all the positive thoughts, vibes that you have in your head, in your mind, and that's where anything that happens to you stems from. They will kill off all those positive things in your head, and you will be left with a head full of negativity, which will take you to dark, deep, depressed places where you would never, ever want to go, and you'd never wish your worst enemies to go to either. So the learning from this is to be very aware that the thoughts that come into your head are seeds that you can grow and develop. Do not focus on the negative thoughts. Get rid of them straight away. And as the saying goes, when a negative thought comes in your head, just look it in the eye and shout at it to shut up and sit down, or just to go away. Just keep focusing on the positive. Because another word of warning is, it's just like this little seed here, this little apple seed, when it starts to grow. When you've got negativity building in you, a negative thought, a negative seed building in you, at first, it won't be seen by you. It won't be seen by other people who might want to help you. Because that seed, that negative thought, will be growing its root system, getting a hold of you from the inside. And as the saying goes, if there's no devil inside of you, then no devil outside of you can do you harm. If you've got that seed that develops in you, that's unchecked, unseen, and the root system gets a hold of you, before long, it will break ground, and you will display all the signs and symptoms of negativity, of depression, of being, unsuccessful in life. So the learning is from this is be aware that the seeds that come into your mind, that blow into your mind, are negative or positive. It's obvious really when you think about it, but we don't. We just sleepwalk through our lives. So when something comes in our head, we just focus on it and trigger it. And often it's the negativity that we're triggering in our lives. And as the law of attraction goes, what you ask for out of life, you get back. So as the other saying goes, be careful what you dream for, because your dreams might come true. So be very aware that thoughts, seeds are coming into your mind all the time. Just think about the positive and ignore the negative, and then you will just live a happy and a successful life. And if you ain't happy, what's the point? And then hopefully me, you and everybody will all have a garden, our heads full of pretty positive flowers. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Thanks. Bye.